2 months later, the season was over, and the people started dropping their prices. The profit margin went to nothing. There's no sales on it. Amazon actually changed the product category, so I was not even allowed to do PPC for it. So it was a whole big disaster. What's up, Empire Nation? Gerald here with you today. I uploaded a video a few days ago about, well, it was about, 12 days ago now, of my first 3 days selling on Amazon and my progress. Back today, it's been 16 days exactly of selling on Amazon, and I just want to update you on my sales progress and also the few things that I've learned in this short amount of time that I've been selling. So I know you guys will want to start off with the big thing first, so here we go. These are my numbers. So today is a little bit of a slower day, but I will pull up my, sorry, I'm just gonna close this. I will pull up my sales for you, and hopefully it will focus. So it's been 16 days so far selling. Let's see if this will focus for me. Come on, baby. Nope, it's not gonna do it. It's not gonna do it, guys, but you're gonna have to take my word for it that it's been 16 days of selling, and I've made 5,150 USD, which is really good considering I'm Canadian. That's going to convert in my favor. But now let's get to what I've learned in these few days of selling. So the first thing I want to say is that the beginning stages of selling, it's not super passive at first, okay? And what I mean by that is that it's not like you got your product in and then all of a sudden, boom, it starts selling and you're just sitting on the couch and doing nothing and it's all cool, fun and games, super passive, go to Mexico. It's not like that, at least not in the beginning stage. I know Nick's at that point where it is very passive for him. I watch him just on his phone. He's like, oh, this many sales today. And he has like, it's just a well-oiled machine at that point when he has all those products selling. But when you have your first few coming in, there's a lot of work that goes into launch, you know, the PPC, just getting it up there, getting it ranked to the first page. There's a lot of processes that go into that, but it's not hard. It's just a lot of time, but it's not hard, and it's very worth it, of course. And you only have to launch once, and after that, it's kind of nice sailing for there once you're ranked. Until you run out of inventory, which is what I'm running into right now. I told you I'd do a 30-day update, but my product is selling so well actually that I didn't order enough inventory. I think we're gonna sell out pretty soon here before my 30-day mark, so I already reordered. So yeah, it's not passive at first, but it's also not hard, so don't expect to order your product and then all of a sudden, boom, it's selling. So the next point is you need to keep watching, keep an eye out for your competitors, and always adapt to what they're doing. So what happened with my product, there's the top competitor, and then all of a sudden I started ranking, and I was out for that, and I've actually matched his bundle and made it a little bit better. So always keep an eye out for your competition. Don't think just because you got to the first page that your job is done. You got to keep an eye out for your competitors and make sure you're always one step ahead. Next, there's always room for improvement. And now what I mean by that is make sure you're always watching your listing. See how well it's selling, how well your ads are converting, and always monitor your PPC, your keywords. Make sure you're always updating and changing it accordingly to make sure it's 100% optimized. Also, you can't do this yourself. That's one thing I've definitely learned in not just the few days of selling, but the whole process. The whole process since the very beginning. You just can't do it alone. Like, obviously you're already watching these videos, so you know that, but not even just watching videos, not even just buying courses. Like I took 3 courses. I took ASM, Ultimate Selling Machine. Yeah, I took Kevin David, and I took Tanner's course, but there's always going to be something that's just so unique or specific to your case that you need, that just won't be covered in courses, that you need to ask someone who's kind of had experience to help you troubleshoot or get through it. Luckily for me, I had Nick, obviously, who's a 7-figure seller. I can just, he's my buddy. I can talk to him and ask him about it, which makes it easier for me. But even if you don't have someone that personally, get out there. Don't be afraid to go out there, go to Facebook groups. We have our own. Link in the description. And also Reddit, any kind of online forums where you can just connect with people, ask them questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. There's a saying that goes like, don't judge a man by his answers, judge him by his questions. So go out there, ask questions. Even if you think it's a dumb question, it's been asked before. You're not the first person to get stuck on something like that. And it's better to ask a dumb question, get an answer, even if it's a sarcastic one online, and then know the answer, than to just, wing it and then lose all your money. So yeah, you can't do it alone. Network. Just send messages. Like me and Nick, we get messages all the time from people asking us questions. We're never like, oh, what a dummy. We, at least for us, it's very, people like to talk about what they know and share their knowledge and help others. At least that's how I feel. If you want to ask any questions to me, go for ahead. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Nick's the same way. He's probably, his inbox is a little more full than mine is, so he might be a longer wait to get his answers, but he'll answer you. All right, next, be creative, think outside the box. Now, this doesn't just go for listing, this goes for everything. Since selling on Amazon, since starting at least 16 days ago, I've started just thinking all the time, like watching TV. Oh, that's a good ad. How can I incorporate it into my Amazon business? Or walking around like stores, looking at products. Oh, that's cool. Look it up on Amazon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just always keep your eye out. Always keep your ears open, and try to just take everything in and see how you can, kind of make that apply it to yourself. Now, I came up with a very unique idea. I've never heard any other guru, YouTuber kind of person talk about this. I've never heard it out, kind of talked about in Amazon FBA, and I'm kind of pursuing that right now with Nick. We're gonna see how that turns out. If it turns out well, we will definitely make a video and share it with you guys. But we're gonna see first, and it's a website where, yeah, I'll tell you guys about it later. All right, next. Be aware of seasonality. Now, I got screwed. It was 800 USD. So Canadian, that's a little over $1,000 Canadian on a product. It was my first product that I found that I paid for. I got really excited about Amazon FBA. Nick told me, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna find a product. I found a product. It met all the criteria of actually Tanner's criteria. It met everything. I was like, boom. It's a good product, let's go. And it was the last product to arrive because it had so many delays, and I wasn't really smart about it. I wasn't thinking about it the way I should have been analyzing it. I got stuck with wishful thinking. I heard an interview on Elon Musk talked about wishful thinking and how he's even guilty of that, where you don't want to see the negative side of something. You want it to be what you think it is, so you don't look for the bad. You know what I mean? You just look at the good, and you don't want to look at the con just because in case it is not what you want it to be. So there's this product. It was seasonal. I didn't really realize it. It was kind of like just for the summer season. The sales looked really good. The pricing was good. The profit margin was high. But then once I got it, like 2 months later, the season was over. And the people started dropping their prices. The profit margin went to nothing. There's no sales on it. Amazon actually changed the product category, so I was not even allowed to do PPC for it. So it's a whole big disaster. We have to sell it or liquidate it. So I'm taking a bit of a loss on that. But lesson learned. You gotta make your bad days into good lessons, right? So lesson learned for sure. I'm definitely always going to make sure I look for seasonality on Google Trends and really think deep. Look for the bad in the product before you think about the good, because wishful thinking will screw you over, and I lost about $700 on that. So yes, my first big Amazon mistake was that, but luckily I had 2 other products that kind of saved me, and I'm not too worried about that one. If that was my only product, man, that would be very demotivating, but I'll get through it. I'm not too worried about it, but be aware of seasonality. Don't get caught in wishful thinking. All right, last point, most importantly of all the points, is that it can be done. It's not oversaturated. There's so many products out there that you can do that I'm thinking of right now that I want to do, that I just don't have the capital for anymore. And once I get the money in, I'm gonna definitely jump on those products. And also, not just the fact that it's not oversaturated, it's not very hard because of all the information that's out there. If it's like 5 years ago and there's not as much information about FBA, yeah, it'd be pretty tough. But right now, it's just an ocean of info. There's so many Facebook groups. There's so many people that have success that are just free, sharing it on the internet, like our channel. And there's just so much value you can find everywhere to, make this happen. And if you want the money, if you like, what would an extra $2,000 do for you personally? Just think about it, like $2,000 extra every single month. And that's like the low end of what is really possible with Amazon FBA. Like, that's life changing. Like, that's like expenses paid, like frick. That's, all you gotta do is do it. All you gotta do is take action, because the more you overanalyze, and I see these comments on the channel sometimes like, oh no, that's not possible because of this. That's not possible because of this. It's possible, guys. It's really possible. You just gotta go out and do it. Just start looking for products. Just start looking for products, because once you find the product, the rest of it just kind of falls into place. Yes, there's lots of confusing parts. There's some parts that were overwhelming to me at first, but if you just are not afraid to ask questions, go out there and network, it's doable, and there's lots of people doing it. And now I'm one of them. Very excitingly, now I am one of them. And it's unlike my other businesses where I have to have high overhead. I have a team of employees so that I can make it passive for me. I have 4 employees doing my catering business so that I can have it passive, so I can do this Amazon. Amazon's not like that. You can do it without any overhead. It's just you're paying for the price of the products and then advertising. That's it. It's so much more easier than brick and mortar businesses. So I hope you guys jump on. I hope this gave you guys some value and some motivation to get out there and do it. I'm Gerald from Everyman's Empire, where you can get everything you desire. Don't forget to sub, and I'll see you in the next one.
On the way to being free.